I had this cool action scene with AI where it shows these bad guys and then like Wolverine's kind of fighting them, like the live action Wolverine, like Hugh Jackman's wearing the yellow blue costume,
Yeah.
like the comic accurate one that everyone loves. And as he's fighting, you see the shield come in and hit these guys. Like he bounce on a couple of them and it flies back and Captain America's there and he's catching it. And then Wolverine and Captain America proceed to kick ass. And then Wolverine turns to look at him and he's like, just like the old days, eh, Cap? And then they walk through the door, and they open this door, and Cyclops is in there, and he's like chained up, and they mess with him. But it looked real, like it looked like it's AI, but I thought it was real there for a second.
Yeah.
I like that concept is so cool though. You know, if they put that in the MCU, like Wolverine and Captain America, even though it's nothing too flashy, just skill and realness, I guess.
Oh yeah, man.
It would be fucking cool to see on the screen, I think, Captain America, Wolverine kicking ass.
I know that the AI stuff is something else, man. My bro Chris over here, you know, drinking buddy Chris, and he's showing me some Star Wars AI, you know, movie stuff, you know, and like it's really fucking good. Like it's on a really high quality level, man. It's some good ass shit, you know. And then, you know, like guess what? You know, Karen's, believe it or not, Karen's getting into this AI stuff, right? What do you think Karen's doing with AI stuff? You know, pictures and I know, man. She'll take somebody's picture and have them like singing music and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they'll put their face on top of somebody else's face, singing music and stuff, right? So I was like, oh, that's cool. And she was at it for a couple days, you know. Oh, look at this. Oh, look, it's me. And she had some of herself and that. And then she's like, hey, I should do one of you, she says to me, right? You know, so I forget what the first one, my first, oh, right, I said, well, if you want to do one of me, why don't you make me do Metallica, I said, you know. So she was looking around, she couldn't find nothing to me, you know, like a good AI sort of thing where she could make me do Metallica. So I was like, wow, that sucks, you know. Well, okay, what's the next best thing, right? All right, babe, how about put me down for MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. And she looked and like, it took her a while, but she did actually find a proper AI that could duplicate me somewhat sort of, you know. So she got me fucking as an AI singing Can't Touch This by MC Hammer. My gosh, man, I fucking laughed so hard, man. I had tears coming out, fucking, man. My eyes were so fucking teared up, man. I couldn't stop laughing, bro. You know, and the last time you were here, I was like, I was gonna get her to show you that, man, and I forgot, man. Like, you should have fucking seen it last time you were here, bro. She sent it to my bro Trinity, you know, Trinity. You know, she's like, I should send this to somebody, but who should I send it to? I was like, well, who can you? How about Jim? Nah, I can't send it to Jim. It's like, well, how about Trinity? Oh, I could send it to Trinity. So, you know, if I can send it to him then. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's like, we'll put it on the Facebook thing, man. Send it to Matthew, you know.
That sounds cool and funny at the same time.
Yeah, you have to check it out, man. It's like nothing else, man. It made me laugh for fucking days, man. I couldn't stop laughing for like 2 days, 3 days off that.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, AI, man. Fucking AI shit is going on these days. It's crazy, man.
Sure, since we're in here, talking about stupid shit.
Yeah, Ultraverse, man, you know.
Yeah.
I got the castle set up. I got the new one attached to the old one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Coming up, anyway.
Yeah, we did. We got it on film, yeah. We filmed that. And it looks good, man. I got it set up. And it looks great. Looks really good, man. And I also got all the visionaries and the broken down saints. I got all that stuff all cleared out of the way, so there's lots of room now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got that all cleared up and set up, sort of thing. So I got that all ready to go. Kind of moved a few things around, did some adjustments.
There's a bonus feature with the new shockwave, although nothing is new about him except for this feature.
Yeah.
I guess if you have the Bruticus, you can attach him to the Bruticus.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And I'm so far getting all the pieces, so I'm thinking I wasn't at first. Because you know the Siege shockwave? Transformer Siege shockwave?
Sort of. There's so many shockwaves. I think that's the one I've got, isn't it? That's the one I got. I got that one.
I got that one too, with the extra pieces, so he has like 4 arms and shit.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's Siege, yeah.
Well, the 86 one is based on that one, except that it's
the 86 one. Yeah.
I thought it would be its own mold.
Yeah.
It's that mold, except without the extra pieces.
Well, I was talking it over with Rob. Yeah.
From my heard, he does somehow connect to Bruticus, so you can use him as a weapon for him. So
yeah, that's cool and all, man. But they need to make a proper shockwave still, like a real proper shockwave, man. You know.
I thought that's what I heard, and they said that they were gonna fucking do, and then
that's what I thought I heard too, man.
So disappointed. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the paint job.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. Like, yeah, it looks good and that.
And he also comes with a smaller version of himself. That's probably where the story came from. Is that he comes with a toy? He comes with just an accessory that's a smaller version of himself in Space Gun mode. That he holds in his hand.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, but kind of dumb at the same time. I kind of wish he turned into his gun mode. Although I do know in the episodes, I forget which episode it was, but he literally had a smaller version of himself in his hand that he's shooting at the Autobots with.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen that in the cartoon, but yeah, that happened.
Yeah, I've seen that in the cartoon, man. I remember that, man. And that was really, really cool. You don't forget that once you've seen it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm waiting for a shockwave like the what do they call that one, man, with the articulated G1 shock, Optimus Prime. They made all those really good ones, man.
What do you mean?
They need to make a shockwave from that line.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like, they're based on the classic toy, but they're more articulation type of thing?
Yeah, those ones. Yeah, those ones.
I'm
We
surprised they haven't.
we need to see a shockwave done by those guys, man.
I know they'll probably never do a Megatron, which is if they
Yeah,
do, it'll probably
maybe
be a
sorta.
Japanese exclusive only.
They could do it in Japan, yeah.
But I think I know which ones you're talking about. I forget. Rob likes collecting those figures. I just think
Yeah, yeah, he was
they're
looking
cool
at
though, but
those.
they're just too expensive for me.
They're well, they're a little pricey, and like they came out at the same time as all these other great things coming out. And like, how are you supposed to buy all this stuff at once? You know, like you guys are crazy, man, to fucking drop all this shit all at the same time. We just can't get it all.
Yeah.
But you know what? I got my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping they still, maybe one day they'll come out with the shockwave, like the whatchamacallits. I know it'll come back to me when I'm not thinking about who makes those, right? And then if they could do a shockwave, they should do a Galvatron. How cool would that be? Because you know the thing that we would love to have seen growing up would be a shockwave with like lights and sounds. Like how cool would that be? Like a Galvatron with lights and sounds. You know, if they can give us a shockwave with lights and sounds, why not give us a Galvatron with lights and sounds? And it doesn't have to be like lines from the show and the series and that sort of thing and whatnot. Although that would be somewhat sort of all right. But it would just be cool if his cannon would light up and make sounds, you know, and when you like wanted his cannon to like shoot and fire and have like alternate firing nodes, just like Shockwave did. Like Shockwave had like two different firing settings for his cannon, his gun mode and stuff. So like they should do a similar thing with Shockwave, and same thing with like the Galvatron.
Sorry, just looking at the game with a friend of mine, but turns out she's not feeling so good, so she's not
Yeah.
I kind of thought she would cheat on me, but it's alright. Oh, I took out that one guy out of the box and he's really tall.
Yeah, that purple guy.
Yeah. He's very light though.
Yeah. You know, I was surprised too. Kind of like the Dragon King Slayer. Like when I got that Dragon King Slayer, you know, like he had decent weight to him, but in some ways I was kind of surprised. I thought he would be a lot heavier.
It's getting sensible.
Oh man, I had enough smoking tonight, man. Over at Chris, I just came back from Chris's like just like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, maybe, you know. Yeah, well, I was kind of sleeping this afternoon, and then I did wake up, and I was thinking it's Wednesday tonight. You know, Chris might be watching. He might be watching wrestling, old Edward Teach, you know. He might be watching the wrestling on tonight. So I went over there to see if he's watching wrestling, and he forgot to pay the Android subscription thing, so he's got to wait till Friday to get his Android hooked up again. Yeah, so in the meantime, he's just getting drunk. He's getting hammered and drunk. And doing his regular drinking over there, so I was hanging out with him for a little bit, and you know he's got some company there and stuff and whatnot. So I didn't want to just show up and then leave right away because he's not watching wrestling, you know. So yeah. So, yeah, I was hanging out with him for a little bit. Shit.
I don't know, some alright stuff on WWE. There's some good stuff, there's some bad stuff, there's some stuff that I don't know.
Yeah. Kyle Fletcher had a really deadly match with this guy that came from WWE. Actually, that dude that came from WWE, he switched over to AEW, and like I can't remember his name. I don't really know him. I never really seen him before, but he's kind of an older guy, but not like super old, but he's kind of an older guy. He's got kind of like a shaved head, sort of a little bit of a scruff on his face. You know, and like he's pretty built up for an old guy, you know. Yeah, he just came from WWE. And him and Kyle Fletcher, they had a pretty fantastic match. Like, you know, the finish was pretty good, man. Like, it could have went either way. You know, at the end you're thinking, oh man, Kyle Fletcher got him. And it's like, oh man, this other guy got Kyle Fletcher. And it's like, oh no, yeah, Kyle Fletcher's got him. And it's like, oh no, the other guy's got Kyle Fletcher. And it's like, oh no, Kyle Fletcher's got him. And like, oh man, it's just a back and forth match at the end, man. You didn't know who was going to win at the end.
Yeah, I did kind of like that was on Raw. First with this one match, it was like a triple threat match. It's a qualifier for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And it was the ring general Gunther, which he's really good. Like he's very.
Yeah, I seen Gunther fight you know, John Cena. I don't know, I wasn't too impressed. Yeah.
Because he technically he's ended the career of John Cena,
Yeah.
Goldberg, and now AJ Styles.
Yeah, Goldberg. But you know what? The thing was with Goldberg is that he was going to come back in AEW. Like, after his...
I think that was speaking, right? I heard that they asked him about it, and he's like, no.
Yeah, they just... They weren't going to pay him enough money or something. I don't know. There was something about it that he couldn't agree with. He didn't agree upon, so like they didn't do it right. You know, they cut him short. But that would have been interesting if he did continue on in AEW. You know what I mean?
But he had a really good match with two rising stars. Well, he's kind of a rising star himself too. He's getting into the world title picture. Well, especially being in the Elimination Chamber match.
Well,
He's not going to be in this one. He's going to have to wait till next year, I guess, or look for another opportunity to go for the world title. But there was a young upcomer, very young upcomer. Is this black guy? They call him the young OG. And that guy's high flying stuff. Like, he's a high flyer and he's very fast. And he does some really, really cool shit. I was pretty impressed with him. Against, I think his name's Devon something. I'm not too sure. But I just call him by his nickname that they call him the young OG.
yeah.
And Dominic Mysterio. I really like Dominic. He's like, and he's rocking around with 2 titles.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a match, I think, at the Elimination Chamber against, or maybe next week against Penta. Because Penta won a match to be the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, which that's the one that Dom has, and he's been chasing that. He's been getting beat by Dom. Dom cheats all the time. He tried to cheat in the triple threat match and it backfired.
Yeah.
And I always thought this would make Dom win. Because I thought the obvious choice would be Luther, right? Like, he's the big dude, the big tough wrestler, chopping guy. But no, ended up being this newer guy than Dom. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's alright.
You know, I thought AJ was kind of doing the John Cena thing and having one last year before he retires. But no, he had like one last match of the pay-per-view. Like, fucking retired.
Did he?
What? Yeah. He got beat, like, he had his retirement match with Gunther.
Oh. He beat AJ?
Yeah, at the Royal Rumble, I think.
Oh boy.
It was a good match. I was surprised it went that way, but like,
yeah,
it's what it is. Especially if he wants to retire, like maybe he really wants to retire, right? Before he gets too busted up.
Yeah. That's what John Cena is kind of saying. So a couple others interviews.
So I don't blame him for that. Or like AJ, I think he's just retiring. He just wants to have a good retirement where he's able to do shit, you know what I mean? And not be worried about like being busted up and not be able to do shit because he's too busted up.
And they still could come back from retirement. Like, you know, we've seen it before where certain wrestlers have come out of retirement. You know, like for one old school wrestler, for instance, was Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund supposedly retired way back in the day, but then he came out of retirement and started beating up all these fucking all these professionals. And it was absolutely ridiculous if you think about it. But you know, that's Vince McMahon's. You know, that's his idea of wrestling for you.
He actually has this wicked match with fucking Bret Hart, and then fucking Kevin Nash powerbombs him and beats his ass in like I think minutes or seconds.
Yeah, that's right. He does.
And he beats him smart too.
Yeah. I think I remember. He just fucking levels that dude, man.
And then he fucking suckers in Kevin Nash. He makes Kevin Nash think that he's more, beat up than he was. And then he small packaged him.
And he small packaged him and pins him. No way,
That's the
man.
internet for you. Like you'd believe it because
Oh, I remember
Hitman
that.
just
Yeah,
got deadly.
Hitman did that. Yeah, Hitman did that. Yeah.
And then Kevin Nash proceeded to get super mad and then powerbombed the shit out of Bret Hart.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
There's some cool modern shit, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I think we lived through some of the best ages of wrestling that can be probably late, mid to late 90s. There's good
Oh
stuff
yeah, for sure, man.
every decade, but I don't know, I would say that was more constant, you know what I mean? And there was a whole lot of like competition going on too. But it's starting to be there. We just need to get the quality of wrestling up, I think. And then once we do that, I think we'll be set as wrestling fans. Like we're getting there. I
Oh
think some
yeah.
things could still improve. And I'm not even
Oh,
wanting things to be perfect. I just think things could be better than they are now.
AEW is putting on really good shows. Dude, their shows are really good, man. Especially the pay-per-views. Pay-per-views are really good, man.
But I saw a picture at Walmart that is like Ultra Instinct Goku, like fully mastered Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yeah.
I think I really want it. Like also comes like the only thing is it comes with an arm of Broly, of like classic Broly. So you gotta collect like think 6 figures to get all of classic Broly.
Oh yeah.
I might do it if Walmart's gonna get them.
Yeah.
But I do want that master Ultra Instinct Goku. That's kind of just like I'm always at his strongest. At least without fusing. Oh, wait, so speaking of Ultraverse stuff and the various characters that are in the Ultraverse, someone made an AI video. I forgot to save it, and I kind of left the video before I could share it somewhere. But someone
Yeah.
made an AI video of fucking Mason Kaizen against Volts V.
Really against Volts V?
Yeah, it was an AI video. It looked cool, and then
Oh.
I slipped and I hit the button where I left the app. And when I went back in it, I was off the video, so I don't know what happened to it. I don't know who published it. I don't know who fucking did it. Hopefully I'll come across it again. But it was more like OG Amazing Kaizen, like classic version. His head looked a lot different than the one that your figure has.
Yeah.
But I think the figure that you have is more of the. You can definitely tell it's going for a classic look, but it's still very modern design.
Yeah.
Which I'm not knocking enough because you know me. I think this figure is an amazing figure. Definitely worthy of the Emperor Evil type of thing.
Yeah, even his armor parts like come off and that sort of thing.
But this one's kind of like OG cartoon head type of thing. Kind of more like a knight, robot, I guess. It looked cool anyway. Like it was like done by AI. I think he was trying to do look like realistic. I seen this other AI video where it was the fucking Dinobots taking on Devastator. Like you see them running in their dinosaur modes, and then they transform. And they're in the middle of New York, and after they transform and they run up, and they stop when they're in front of Devastators. They fly up into the air, and then they combine into Volcanicus.
Oh.
And when they do, holy shit, they're much more bigger than Devastator.
Really?
Remember how we always thought that if the the OG cartoon Dinobots combined, they'd be huge as a giant?
Yeah.
It's like that. I'll have to show you that shit when I come over, because I have that saved up. I managed to show that one real quick on mine. And I can always go into the Facebook chat to show you. All the robot modes and the dinosaur modes were pretty good, except for like, although it did, I guess it worked. They kind of did like Slag wrong. Like Slag's dinosaur mode head was on his chest in robot mode.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? It didn't look that bad when you fully in robot mode. It didn't look that bad. Obviously, the animation thing, the way the AI did it, it didn't look all that bad, honestly. It looked weird because you're not used to seeing it. But if you get past that, it didn't look that bad. But I still like classic look, like, you know, where it's kind of like a hood over his head type of thing. When I got it, but it wasn't that bad. Like in some places in my driveway, it was like I think it was almost a foot thick, man. But it was all soft shit, so it was like easy to throw, even if it was a little bit messy. So after the castle coming up, are they gonna find what's his face? Monster?
Well, this is kind of what I was thinking for the castle. You know, if you want to know what's going through my mind in that is that the castle comes up out of the ground, but like they need to figure a way to enter it. Do they have a way of entering the castle right now? Right, you know?
If you say so much like well, it's attached to the rest of the castle, so I don't see why they wouldn't. But maybe there's a door on the inside that they would have to get through, I guess.
Yeah, or on the outside, like I kind of had a thing for the inside already, where they have this door that they've been trying to open up for a long time already, and they just haven't been able to open it up. They just keep trying to open it, and they don't have a way of opening it up. But now that the other section of the castle has been revealed, so to say, you know, there's another door to that section, you know what I mean? So like there's the door on the inside that leads to that part of the castle that also has its own door, you know, going in and out of that part of the castle, kind of sort of thing. So I was thinking that maybe we might need a special key or device of some sort in order to open up the bottom part of the castle to get access into it. or some kind of magic spell, maybe a magic spell of some sort, in order to open up the door to get into the bottom section of the castle. Is kind of what's been on my mind lately. And then I'm thinking that once they get inside the castle, that maybe they don't have full access to the bottom section of the castle because they need to power the elevator. You know what I mean? Because the castle has an elevator in it, you know? And like perhaps maybe sort of they need a special energy or energy device in order to make the elevator work. You know what I mean? So they might need a key for the outside and then another energy key for the inside, you know, in order to get to the throne chamber, which is where probably Monstar will be sitting. So that's kind of what I was sort of kind of thinking, right? Is that we have a door to go through and an elevator to activate in order to get to Monstar. You know, so these things are sort of going through my mind, kind of thinking, you know, about this and that, you know. So that's something for us to think about if we want to just go straight into the castle and reveal everything in the new section of the castle. Like, we could do that, or we could like draw it out and be like, you know, we need something for this and we need something for that, you know, or we could just come up with simple solutions instead of drawing out complicated solutions. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. But we now have another section of the castle to explore, and how we get into it and explore the other section of the castle, that's up to us to decide how we want to do that sort of thing.
The actual castle has power that would help the bad guys get the buildings out. If it's more just of a location, then maybe they should just get right in it.
Well, that's just what I was kind of thinking, is that maybe they could just get right into it, but then get to the elevator and be like, well, this castle's out of power, and for some odd reason we don't have a power source to power it. Or
somehow gave them power.
Yeah, and absolutely, that's the whole sort of point of it, right? And I'd like you to come over and look at how the setup is now and help me think of things like how we should actually do that, maybe, you know, with the new section of the castle. You know, because I got it all set up and everything, and it looks really good, man. You're gonna fucking love it, man. I personally love it, man. It is amazing.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I even have a secret. I have a secret doorway, man. That I built into it, that I attached to it, sort of, kind of. It's got a secret entrance that you're not supposed to know about, but there's actually a secret entrance to the bottom section of the castle now, which is kind of cool. And it's awesome. And the lighting, I can funnel in lighting through the top from different angles And like, man, does it ever look awesome, man? It looks incredible with proper lighting coming in from the top. It looks incredible, man. I'll have to show you this when you get here. Yeah, man, this thing is looking out of this world, man. Yeah. The figure?
Do you have the picture of the pilot?
Yeah, the pilot, the figure pilot. Yeah, I was looking at that. I do like it. Yeah.
Okay. I was just
Yeah.
You say
Yeah, that's the first thing I'd be looking for, man. Are those little bad guy pilots? They look awesome. They're incredible. Yeah.
Definitely, and I like the uniqueness.
Yeah, I want to see more of them.
Well, they look they look humanoid, but they are very alien compared to like the rest of the Daikon little dudes.
Yeah.
Like they definitely look like they're the opposite team, or maybe super elites if we're gonna band them together.
Or the elites of some sort. We'll come up with something deadly. There's no doubt about that.
If we get them, because like it wouldn't be too bad if we each get one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the orange. I like the face. The face thing is kind of gold. And he has like gold horns.
Yeah. That part's kind of cool. And the chest part, he's got like an energy thing in his chest.
And he goes in the head.
Yeah, in that the head of that beast. Yeah, the beast form.
That looks kind of wild, doesn't it? Eh?
Yeah, I was trying to remember, like the Robotech Masters had a name for those things. I have to watch that series over again. I almost feel like putting it in right now. To watch that shit. I probably could. I just gotta plug it in.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that Robotech series is so remarkable, man. It's amazing. I love that series, man. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I've watched bits and pieces, but yeah, I've always been meaning to get through it just because, I remember seeing that shit on TV as a kid.
Yeah, and the parts that I like are all the broken parts, because, like, they're like, well, this should be canon, this shouldn't be canon. This should be canon, this shouldn't be canon. And, a bunch of that stuff all came out at the same time, like the uncanon sort of stuff that came out at the time came out while a bunch of canon stuff was coming out. So, but that's what I like so much about that series, is that you can pick and put the pieces together of, like, well, maybe some of the things that you think were not canon, maybe some of that stuff actually should have been canon. And what if it was canon? And all these other things. You let your imagination start filling in the pieces here and there. And they did come out with that one section of the series that they're going to go in this direction, but then they stopped. They made a pilot episode, like a starter for a new series to come out, and then that was it. They changed the direction to a different direction, and they scrapped it. But like that content was, like, to me anyways, it was very iconic, man. They really should have kept going with that stuff. It was really awesome, man. And I feel like putting that on right now if I can. But, do I want to put in the effort? I gotta unhook this and rehook that up. Let me see if I can. Then I gotta look for the thing. What was I watching before? I was watching. Hold on, baby. I was watching Knight Rider. You believe that? Shit. I was watching Knight Rider. Yeah, it's probably down there, right, Nimmy? Yeah, it's probably down there.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, I seen they're reselling I guess I shouldn't say reselling. They kind of redid the modern toys the way they did modern figures. And here it is, but they're a little bit bigger. Well, not they are, well, quite a bit bigger. But they're doing they do have the gear and shit. They're doing a Zartan Ninja Force in that one.
Oh, that one, yeah, I did see that. I was pretty stoked when I seen that, because it's the Ninja Force Zartan. And like, how cool would that be to have?
I was watching that. What exactly is the ultimate power that it's supposed to be like again? Can you explain it to me?
Whose is that? You mean the ultimate power technique?
Yeah. What is it exactly?
Well, he could charge up anybody's technique and do it better than they can do it. Yeah. Well, like he puts his own energy into the technique, you know, like the wielder. Well, like the user of that technique can only put so much power into it. We'll just say it like that, that the user of that technique can only put so much of his power into it. But say if somebody more powerful or at a higher power level uses that same technique, right? That technique is going to be more powerful than. So that's kind of what Zartan is doing. Like he's using the same technique as other people are using, or that he's learned from other people. But he can use that technique at a higher power level than they can, because he's at a higher power level than they are.
He fought the Pope, right? At one point.
Yeah, he fought the Pope and Saints, but that was where his learning capabilities kind of stopped at, is that he couldn't learn the Pope's techniques. He couldn't copycat, the Saints' techniques.
No.
No, because
Could he figure a way to fight them at least?
yeah, he could fight them, right? Like he's capable of fighting them and that sort of thing.
But he just can't copy their techniques for some reason.
Yeah, he can't copy their techniques because they're too they're too celestial, sort of, right? Like their techniques are too old and too ancient, and like they're too sophisticated for him to even copy, right? Like he can copy other people's techniques and that sort of thing because they're easy enough for him to copy. But when it comes to the Supreme Grand Pope Aries and the Saints' techniques, they're too complicated. He could try and copy their techniques, but he can't quite do it exactly.
But you can take on a few Saints at a time, couldn't you?
Yeah, he fought he fought the yeah.
I don't think he ran that gauntlet, but like
Yeah, he that's right. Like when I did have the fight that I didn't get to record, which after I had this battle and everything, I was like, you know what, I should have recorded all this. I should have recorded it, but I didn't. And that's what sort of made me want to start recording stuff now after that point, sort of. And yeah, like he fought through 6 of the Saints. He fought 3 of them and messed up like 3 of them, and then 3 more jumped in, and then he was kind of like messing up 3 more Saints, and then the rest of them were all kind of looking at him and like, well, how tough is this guy, man? He seems to be able to hold his own against like 6 of us, more or less, Not all exactly at the same time, but he took on 3 of them and then took on 3 more. You know what I mean, more or less, and he's pushing 3 more Saints, to their limits. And then that's when the Supreme Grand Pope Aries stepped in and is like, I've seen enough of this. My soldiers don't need to get hurt or sacrifice themselves in this fight against this one being when I alone can put an end to it. So that's why the Supreme Grand Pope Aries stepped in and was like, fuck this shit, I'll deal with this guy Zartan. And so then, so he was fighting Zartan, yeah, he was fighting Zartan.
Did the Pope to put the 2 together that somehow Zartan knows the Green Ranger's techniques?
Oh, well, now that would be spoilers, wouldn't it? Right? Yeah, he would probably put 2 and 2 together and be like, this is an ancient old technique that's supposed to be forbidden.
He's kind of a power-up, but it's all good too to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he learns like almost anything, right?
Pretty much.
Is there limits on it? Obviously, you got like Saints techniques, so that's one limit.
Yeah.
Can he copy? Is it martial art techniques? Can he do that to spells?
Anything, spells, martial art techniques, meditation moves, like power-ups. He doesn't really need power-ups, right? But it's kind of crazy though, right? Like he'll use the other guy's power, right? But he has to stop and meditate first. You know what I mean? He can't just do it right on the spot. He'll go into like a phase where he'll start charging himself up, and he'll be like, power, 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 and he'll just keep on charging himself up, kind of like a Super Saiyan, you know, where they're like charging themselves up. But you know, Zartan does a similar sort of thing, but different though. When he feels he's invested enough energy and power into the move that he needs to do the move, then he'll do the move, right? So he sort of has a sort of a window where he's kind of vulnerable, right? Like when he does another person's move, he's kind of sort of vulnerable in certain ways that he can't do anything else. You know, we could just say that he, when he's powering up, he's powering up, you know, and like he can't do anything else when he's powering up. And so what it kind of leaves him open, sort of, you know. So enemies will see that, and what they'll try and do is they'll try and, you know, do enough damage to him while he's powering up so that they'll break his concentration, you know what I mean? And like sometimes it can be done that where enough damage can actually be done, or he'll be hit hard enough where he'll lose his concentration, and then he can't copy the move, he can't reduplicate the move because his concentration got broke, right? So like that's kind of like the one thing, you know, that makes him sort of vulnerable when he's doing other people's moves, right? So that kind of is the drawback, the effect to it, you know. So he uses those moves at his discretion. You know what I mean? He even him himself knows that when he powers up to do this move, it's going to leave him vulnerable. But what happens a lot of times is that while he's powering up and he's vulnerable, people are going to try and attack him and damage him. What he'll do is he'll actually take that incoming damage and he'll add that energy and that sort of damage to the move he's about to unleash and inflict on his opponent. So it really makes his concentration and his move more powerful. That is, if, you know, to a point though, you know what I mean? So it's really risky. It's like when he's doing his move, like, do you risk attacking him? Or do you like run away, you know, and not attack him, you know? It's kind of at the aggressor's discretion, you know? If they think they can actually be a strong enough aggressor to stop his fucking move, then they can do it then, right? But if they're not that strong enough of an aggressor and he powers up and does that move, you know it's going to be more deadlier and more wicked than even the user can use that move as, you know, right? So like that's sort of kind of how that operates and works as. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Is that I should almost draw up a map of the solar system. Yeah. Quite the head start, yeah. And the demons slowed him down. You know,
Oracle helped them.
And then Oracle also helped them also, right? So they did have help in order to travel that distance, you know, vast distance in a short time. And like, you know, they are going to go to these planets and get energy in order to build their own weapon to counter it. Right, you know, but in the meantime, you know, they're still going to have to slow it down in the meantime, which, so like, we'll have Zartan's, well, we already had Superman and Darth Vader, you know, slowing it down, sort of, kind of. You know, and he's about to engage Zartan, right? And after Zartan, then we'll have the Raging Demon jump in and slow him down even more so. So, like, that'll be a big lifesaver for them. Because I honestly don't think they'd be able to get the energy and parts in time without another speed bump in the way. Yeah. So yeah, that's all going on, yeah, man.
He appears at the castle of beasts, looks around, realizes that his target's not there, and just flies off.
The which one?
If the God Destroyer showed up at the castle of beasts,
Oh.
looked at it, and it's left. I find it interesting because his target's not there.
Yeah, that would be, well, yeah, right, that would be kind of interesting, but we'll say that nobody can see it though, man. The Castle of Beasts it's under a veil of deception that like nobody can see or identify. Yeah. Yeah, the other one showed up. Vector Prime showed up, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a good part to put in, for sure.
We don't have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have enough obstacles for the Great God Destroyer to fight. Yeah, absolutely. Like the new section of Castle Darkskull.
I guess unfortunately the bad guys, the villains didn't do shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Voltron is turning on their own guys. Yeah, okay, let me. Yeah, it looks good, man. We might do I was thinking of doing a scene with the Saints and stuff, you know, that we'll have Poseidon talking to the Visionaries, and then the Secret Chamber, you know, the evil Grand Pope Ares talking with the evil Saints, you know, like, you know, the Hades Saints. You know, they're kind of having a meeting, and then maybe the rest of them at the top with Supreme Grand Pope Ares and Great God Enforcer.
I'm sure you probably noticed this before, but out of the humans, only the bad guys seem to elevate themselves in some way or the other with power.
Yeah, for the most part, until, well, yeah.
Zartan more so, but like,
Yeah. Absolutely, man. And I gave that some thought. You know, I definitely gave that some thought. And that's why I'm coming up with the new strategy of, well, you know, we're going to make ourselves a new Green Ranger. Right? Yeah. So, like, that'll change once we have our new Green Ranger, you know, Dragon Ranger. What's the matter, Demi? You hungry? Read my mouse? Okay, that's good. I think these guys are done playing Star Wars.
Some logging in at the moment.
Yeah. We'd want to play some Star Wars, but it's late. There's not too many people on. That's the way she goes, man.
So,
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow's another day.